Hey guys, it's Audra, and I am here today with my first breast cancer update that I've done in a long time. So I have no notes. We're just gonna see how this goes. I have shared my diagnosis story and my fertility story already, so I'll put those in the box down below for you to check out if you have not seen those yet. Um, in September, I did film my chemo story, and it was hard. It took me 40 minutes to film about 20 minutes or less of footage because I was a bawling mess. I didn't realize how hard, I guess, chemo was because when I had to talk about it. And when I went to edit it, it had disappeared. So I have not refilmed that. I don't know if I will or not because it was kind of traumatizing, but I definitely will if I have some more questions about things because it has been nice to connect with other people, but it is hard all in the same time. So anyways, it was November 17th, I believe, when I had my last Herceptin treatment. So 52 weeks of chemo total. And then 3 weeks later, I went into my oncologist and kind of mapped out, I guess, what the game plan is from here on out. And I thought I would just share that with you. So the first thing I had to do was a week before going to the doctor, I had to get my blood drawn so they could do some testing, and from that they could see my white blood cell counts appear to be great. So that kind of tells them that they think that I'm still in remission, that they think everything looks great. So from there, the doctor cleared me to have my port out. That was a crazy moment. Like, you're just dumbfounded. Like, I've been attacking this for 52 weeks total, and now I'm free. Like, essentially that's the feeling that you feel. Like, I don't know if I want it out. I don't know if this is what I need to do right now, but ultimately I decided it was more of an act of faith to trust in God that He has cleared my body of this disease and to get it out, because it was kind of like a nervous tick that I would always feel it, and obviously it's a reminder of that on a very daily, if not more than daily basis when you feel for it. So I decided to get it out. So I called the breast specialist, and she said they actually only do, like, I think it's once a month port removal days, because she has so many patients that they just have to do them back to back to get them out, which is insane and it's sad, but it's kind of good for them because that's what they can plan for the day. And so the next day wasn't until January 24th. But obviously, as you can see from the thumbnail of this video, I already got it out because they called me, what was it, on a Monday a couple weeks ago and said we had a cancellation. Would you like to get it early? And immediately, like, I once again went into panic mode, like, oh my gosh, this is happening. I'm getting my port out. Like, is this really what I want to do? And so, of course, I said yes, and because I knew I'm going to get it out eventually in a month, so why not just do it now? So we got it scheduled that less than 48 hours later, I would have my port out. And with that, I knew that a cancellation for somebody else was probably not a good thing, so that's not lost on me whatsoever that somebody else in their family is going through a really hard time. So I immediately started praying for them, and yeah, so anyways, moving on. I went in on that Wednesday and checked in the afternoon. I actually went to work in the morning and checked in the afternoon at 1:30 for a 2:30 port removal. And my friends and I had joked about before that I needed to go out to a Mexican restaurant and order margaritas and wear a sombrero because I was getting deported. And so I kind of had that on my mind just to get my mind off of what it actually meant. And so I went in, I checked in, all that kind of stuff, and they rolled me back to the surgery room, and all they did was put 4 shots of lidocaine on my previous scar. So the shots, they're like bee stings. I hate lidocaine so much, but it really, I guess, wasn't all that bad for what they did because this was while I was awake. They did this surgery. So 4 shots across my scar, and there was kind of like a rolled up towel looking thing across my chest, so I didn't have to look at it, but I kept my eyes closed the whole time, and which was a good thing because my port was actually above where my scar is. So there was a lot of, I don't really know how to say this without sounding gross, a lot of tugging. Like I could feel them tugging and pulling, and it kind of got uncomfortable because there was a lot of pressure because they had to tug and pull a lot. But they had to then unsnip it because it was sewn into, I'm assuming, muscles. Had to be something like that. So they unsnipped it, and then she put her fingers up here because my port actually, it travels up into your neck and then down into your heart to pump out chemo faster. So she put her fingers here, and she just proceeded to then pull it all out. And so I actually have it here to show you. Originally, I wasn't going to be allowed to keep it because why would you really want it? But my grandmother is a colon cancer survivor of 14 years, and she just pulls hers out occasionally to show us. And I thought it'd be fun to be able to take this to her and show her how much they've changed, I guess, over the years, but how much they're still the same. So this is my port. And so this was basically about here, and this went up into my neck, and then, I don't know, down into my heart-ish area. And this is kind of, so they pulled it out like that. And if you look close enough, you can, I don't think I can get it on camera, but if you look close enough on this, you can actually see the puncture from when it was accessed every time for doing chemo. So this is my port. It is out. And so what that means is basically that I've trusted in God that He has cleared my body of this disease. And yeah, I'm in remission, which is an amazing feeling. It's also scary because I'm not clueless or in denial of how serious this disease is, especially with how aggressive my markers are type of thing. But I also have to trust in God that He will take care of me. And He will provide. So, anyways, so from here on out, what that means is I basically go back to have blood work done, and then I just watch for any symptoms of reoccurrence. So, first of all, that first time I go back is in 4 months. So I don't have a doctor's appointment until April, which is insane because I've had an appointment for over a year now, at least once every 3 weeks, and sometimes a lot less time in between. So that's kind of crazy because they're more than just doctors, like they became a part of my life and like all the people in their office. So that's going to take some getting used to, but I will. It'll be okay. And then just in terms of if I do scans or whatever anymore, it's basically if I just have signs of reoccurrence or if my blood work is bad. So signs of reoccurrence for me would be things that do not go away. They're persistent. So whether that's backache, a headache, being sick and not be able to get over something, but just kind of that feeling of being off. And so, which is hard because those are kind of things like, especially in flu season. So I had the flu a few weeks ago and some of those symptoms have lingered just a little bit as they have with everybody else, but inside you're freaking out like, is this something I should be worried about? Do I need to call a doctor or should I just chill and let it go? And like, it's just a complete mind, you know what. So yeah, if there are any issues like that, I basically just tell them. I'll probably do some scans to see if it has moved to anywhere else. So if I get to the part where I do my chemo story and then my double mastectomy story, we'll probably talk about it a little bit more. But because I've done a double mastectomy, like I have 99.9% of my breast tissue completely removed. If it comes back, it will either be in my lymph nodes or my other organs, which is obviously not good, but those are the things I have to look out for. So yeah, I don't go back to the doctor for 4 months, and then after that, it'll be 6 months, and then it just kind of space out till you, I guess, have a normal life. I don't know if that is such a thing after you've been through this, but I just have to trust in God that He's going to take care of me, and it will be okay. So I just thought I would do an update this way because it's a little bit easier and a little bit more information than what I could do in like an Instagram post or a Facebook post. And it also is a little bit more personal. So you can kind of see where I am at mentally and emotionally, which it's getting better, even though it doesn't sound like it now. It is. I'm doing what I need to do to cope and to get through this, and in the long run, I'll be okay. So anyways, prayers of peace and prayers of complete remission would be really appreciated, not just for myself, but I have a whole lot of friends that are kind of going through this too, of finding a new normal through remission. And then I have friends going through reoccurrence and all of that kind of stuff. So just continue to pray for the cancer community that we find a cure, because this should not have to be the new normal for anybody. Anyways, until next time, bye guys.